folks, Will Brink here, brinksome.com, and today I want to talk about something I call wall ball rehab. Now when I travel, I generally travel with two essential items. One is my handy dandy small version of the rumble roller. Now if you don't know the rumble roller, I will link to a further discussion of the rumble roller, but this video is not really about the rumble roller, so I'm not going to get into a lot of detail. But the rumble roller is basically a much more targeted, effective version of your basic foam rolling. So link over to that if you want to see more about foam rolling. And like I say, I can't travel without it, so I'm going to put this away and get to the topic of this video, which like I said is called wall ball rehab. So putting that down, in addition to my travel with the smaller foam roller, rumble roller, and they come in large sizes, I always travel with a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. Now the tennis ball is going to be less intense. Now if you check out videos like Joe DeFranco's Limber 11, which is an excellent video by the way, you'll see he goes into great depth on how to use the lacrosse ball for basically trigger point work, rehab work, prehab work, that type of thing to loosen up muscles. But what I have found is that it's really difficult to target a number of areas using the ball on the floor when you're sitting on it. It's also, for some people, it's really just too intense, honestly. So what I'm going to try to demonstrate for you is, like I say, what I call wall ball rehab, which is using the ball like this against a wall, which allows you to be specific on how much pressure you want to put, but also allows you to get into some areas to work that you just can't do on the floor. So I'm going to cut to this, and we're going to go to the wall, and I'm going to at least give you some demonstration. Okay, so here we are against the wall. You're going to have to cut me some slack here because it's going to be hard for me to demonstrate, for you to see that well, obviously, because the ball is going to be against the wall. So you will have to work with this type of thing yourself a little bit to see what I'm talking about. But like I say, if you look at what people do with tennis balls or lacrosse balls on the floor, they tend to really emphasize the glute area, and it's actually pretty difficult to balance on the floor. And it's also not for, it's very intense, it can be actually fairly painful, and I really think a lot of people will benefit starting against the wall, and will learn also, like I say, to really be able to work into areas of the muscle they just can't do on the floor. So basically you want to just take the ball and put it right against the upper glute area and just start rolling, and basically as you get used to it, you'll find exactly where those tough spots are, and you can really roll into it. Again, I'm sorry you can't see this so well, but you'll know it. Now this is pretty similar to what you can do on the floor, where I think the wall ball rehab stuff really comes into play for me is stuff that I really can't do on the floor, and I really want to target a sore area. Usually for me that's between the scapula, between the shoulder blades, where I think a lot of us tend to get really sore from typing and sitting and driving. But I take the ball like so, and I let it kind of fall down, and then I lean back, and I get right in there, right between the scapula area, and then I'll come over a little this way, and I'll get the other side. And what you could do, it takes a little practice, is as you bounce off of it, you can let it drop down where you want it. And again, you come in here. Oh yeah, that's good. Now, like I said, I'm sorry you can't see this, but you really have to play this yourself. Okay? And I do that, by a good 10 minutes or so. Now, some areas you can get on the wall that you really just can't get on the floor with any kind of comfort is you can really get right here in the trap area that gets really sore. Hold on, I just got to get this just right. And right in here, oh, yeah, still not right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, right in there. Oh, yeah. And you can even get right up against the back of the neck, which can be very sore. And again, this really can't be done on the floor. And again, to adjust, all you do is roll over to the other side, get the, they have a tendency to pop out. Anyway, you really just get the ball right where you need it. You get it right in between the trap there. Okay, and you work that, and you can see I'm wincing a little because it can be pretty sore in there. And again, you roll up again the back of the neck, and that's just to give you some ideas of how I like to do it. But I say the glute between the scapula, where again it's really difficult to do on the floor. You can do up against your neck. You can even do some delt work and stuff. Play around with it. Start with a tennis ball because it's softer, and if that's not challenging or not really getting you the release that you need, then you work your way up to a lacrosse ball. So I hope this helps. This is my basic, like I say, I call wall ball rehab. And if you try it, give me some feedback, and I'll see you all on the break zone.